Now we are going to start with two important properties of catalyst. As you all know that catalyst is a substance which will just alter the rate of reaction without undergoing any change in itself. I told you in the previous lectures that it may increase or decrease the rate depending upon the requirement. So here we have the two properties. One is the activity of the catalyst, other is the selectivity of the catalyst. So we'll be taking one property into consideration first, then we'll be discussing the other one. So the first is the activity of the catalyst. So what do we mean by the activity of the catalyst? We know that the catalyst may alter the rate. We know that if it is present, obviously it is going to alter the rate. So that ability of catalyst to alter the rate of reaction, that means it may increase or decrease, that ability of catalyst is something called as activity of the catalyst. Now, when we talk about the activity, you know that it depends upon what factor. It depends upon the adsorption strength. It depends upon the adsorption strength. What happens? We know that the catalyst will function only when that means the functioning of the catalyst involve the adsorption process. We know that that hydrogen is going to adsorb on that nickel surface in hydrogenation of oil, and likewise the reaction will take place, right? So that means it involves the adsorption process. So the activity of the catalyst just depend upon the strength of the adsorption. That means like if the adsorption is too strong, it should not be too strong. It should not be too strong. The reason behind is that like if the adsorption is going to be too strong, then the desorption will face the difficulty, right? So that means adsorption should not be too strong, and if the adsorption is too low, then what happens? The reaction won't take place, right? Even the rate will be retarded. So that means the adsorption, if we talk about adsorption, it should be sufficiently or reasonably strong. That means the desorption can also occur comfortably after the formation of product. So this is what we talk about the activity of the catalyst. You know that when we talk about when we keep hydrogen and oxygen, when we keep them along in the absence of catalyst, they won't react. Even for many years they won't react. But if the hydrogen and oxygen gas are just mixed in the presence of catalyst like platinum, you know the reaction is going to be very fast and they will just lead to the formation of water. Right, so that means effect of catalyst matters a lot. The activity of catalyst matters a lot. In this example, like I told you that when we are keeping H2 and O2 in the absence of catalyst, and when we keep in presence of catalyst, you know that catalyst increase about the rate of reaction up to you can say 10 raised to the power 32 times. That means it is increasing the rate of reaction up to 10 raised to the power 32 times. That is a big factor. So that means catalyst just plays an important role, and activity of catalyst matters a lot. And one more thing is striking in my mind, I would like to convey you, as we did many topics, and in that we consider an example of hydrogenation of oils. That means adding hydrogen into unsaturated fat in order to convert into saturated fat. You know that the catalyst that is used for this hydrogenation of oil are mostly which lies from the group 7 to 11. That means the elements which are present in group 7 to 11 of periodic table, they function best as a catalyst in hydrogenation of oil. And if we talk about the best one, they are you can say they lie in 9th and 10th group, because in that case the adsorption strength is reasonably strong. Neither the adsorption is too strong, nor it is you can say too low. So that means the adsorption, when we talk about the activity of catalyst, we mean that the adsorption should be reasonably strong so that the desorption can also take place. And like if the product is formed, you can say it has a tendency to escape. As we all know that when the product is formed, it escapes and create a space for the another reactant. So that means the desorption should occur in a proper manner. It should not face any kind of difficulty. So this is what is the activity of the catalyst. So if somebody is going to ask you about activity, you just have to explain that it is an ability of catalyst to alter the rate of reaction. Like how much it can alter is just the activity, and it depends upon the main factor, that is the adsorption. And when we talk of the adsorption, it should be reasonably strong. That means it should not be too strong, or the adsorption should not be you can say too low. It should be reasonably strong. And the second property of the catalyst is the selectivity. As the name suggests, what do we mean by selectivity? Selectivity means that specific catalyst is going to catalyze the specific reaction. Obviously, we all like know that like for any reaction, suppose I want to convert glucose into ethanol. So I need a specific catalyst in that case. I cannot complete the reaction in presence of any catalyst. No, we cannot. We have the specific catalyst functioning in the specific reaction. This is what is the selectivity. And you know that the catalyst is going to alter the rate in a specific manner. So we can say selectivity is that the specific catalyst is going to affect the specific reaction and in a specific way. Like I say that if I want to convert glucose into ethanol, we use enzyme zymase. It acts as an enzyme catalyst. So that means the zymase is only going to catalyze that reaction, and it is going to affect that reaction in a specific way. Likewise, we have an example. Here we have methanoic acid. When we carry out this reaction in presence of catalyst aluminium oxide, what do we get? You can see here we get carbon monoxide and water. But when we carry out this reaction in presence of catalyst zinc oxide, instead of H2O we get H2, and instead of CO we get CO2. So what is the difference between the two reactions? Just the difference of the catalyst. So that means catalyst catalyzes the reaction in a specific way. It just you can say it increases the rate, and moreover it just you can say affect the nature of the product. Here we can see that here it leads to formation of carbon monoxide and water vapor, and in this case it produces carbon dioxide and the hydrogen. So this is what catalyst is doing. It is just affecting the rate of reaction in a specific way. And likewise, I have one more example. See, this is ethanol. I am just like reducing the ethanol in presence of catalyst nickel, and what do we get? We get the carboxylic acid and hydrogen gas. And when we react it in the presence of aluminium oxide, what do we get? We get ethene and water. So this is what we mean by selectivity. Selectivity means the catalyst is going to catalyze the selective reaction in a selective way. So this is what are the two important properties, that is the activity and the selectivity of the catalyst.